Hello everybody out there on the internet. Welcome once more to another Monday Miniatures Ramble with me, Doc Eon, showing off my latest painted figures. And we're starting off with 9 Reaper Bones minis. We have a bunch of kobolds. Now, these are all very roughly painted because they're very small, and because of the bones material, the sculpts are not that distinct. There's not much point in getting fancy about it. But, you know, and I noticed I did not match exactly what I've done before. Now with the kobolds, these sculpts are considerably different than the ones I painted before, so the difference in painting doesn't come across. But for example, this miniature, I painted this exact miniature once before, I realized, because I got it as a bonus for something else. And I made the highlights much more radical last time. Let's see if we can compare. So the one on the right is the old one, the other is the new one. So different amounts of highlights, more contrast on the old one. In hindsight, I kind of prefer that. I should have done that. I should have compared closer to the old ones when I was doing it. Oh well, I don't think anybody's gonna care. But you live and you learn. Oh, here's another kobold. Interesting thing, last time I got this model, it was just as a bonus figure thrown in with my Christmas order from Reaper, and I didn't have the accompanying piece, which is this thing, the drum. This is what he's beating on, and it's being carried by another goblin. So, yeah. That's cool. And then we have the banner carriers. There's 2 people who have to carry this thing. It's rather large. And I decided to make it like really faded and dirty cloth with a sort of, and I sort of free-handed a very primitive sort of tribal marking on it. What goblins might think is cool, like a dagger or sword with blood dripping from it. Yeah. So yeah, the pace has picked up quite a lot since last week, partly because this is bones, and like I said, it goes quickly. But I have actually finished a few more minis. So let's look at those. Yes, I completed more Reaper minis, but not bones in this case, but some old metal minis. This is the Dryad Ariel and her friend Treebeard, or Mossbeard, actually, sorry, the tree ants. I went back and forth a little bit on these. I'm not sure if I really like the final result. I mean, I was happy enough with it to call it quits and stop painting it and just say it's done. But the thing was, I tried a lot of different things. I tried a lot of different new ways to paint wood instead of just using my old standby techniques. And some of them turned out okay and others didn't, and I had to like paint over some stuff and redo some stuff, and I'm not sure if that shows in the final results, but he's okay. As for the Dryad, the sculpt isn't that detailed. It's a very old sculpt. I think it's true 25mm actually, not the modern 28mm, and so rather small, and some of the detail is not clear, but I tried to bring it out with some bright colors, and yeah. And oh yeah, add some visual confusion by having lots of flowers on the base to draw your attention away. Yeah, so that was the completed pile for this week. For the works in progress again, baby steps. Well, not so much. The succubi, I think I'm gonna call these wings done. I'm sort of happy with them, as well as the flames on the sword. And I've also done, apart from the the claws on the wings. I've also done the horns and the hooves to my satisfaction. It doesn't look like much now, but it'll contrast against the hair and the skin when those are done, because that's just about it that's left on these, the hair and the skin. And I have some ideas for actually painting these two girls, which are almost the same sculpt, but paint them different skin and hair tones to differentiate them. And back here, no, not much has happened. I've added some more glazes to some areas. Yeah, very little done here. On this guy, I've done the boots, and we started working on the belt, the belts, plural, and the other leather stuff. For these two, I've started working on the main areas, like the robe and the hat, which I decided is going to be green here, and the main tunic on the girl, which I'm going for sort of an orange or red. They're not completely done yet. They need some more shading above all, right? Yeah. Here we have a lot of Orxus. What have we done on the Orxus? We've primed them. I've base coated the bases. I've undercoated the metallic and wooden parts with black and brown, and that's about it. Oh, and you see some models behind there that I haven't gotten around to doing anything on. I discovered one thing. One of these archers, let's see if I can hold two archers. You probably can't tell, but the one on the left is miscast. He has a huge gap where his belly should be, which I'm gonna try to just hide by black paint. We'll see if, unfortunately, once I dry brush some metal color on his chainmail, maybe that black is gonna stand out more. I'm just gonna have to make his armor really dark. You know, I can't be bothered to write to Reaper about this. It's just such a tiny little thing. Yeah. So this is everything in progress. I mean, it's a lot. I mean, I've got like 3, 6, 8, 10, 11, 24 models on the go. That's a bit much maybe, but I can't resist adding new projects. You know that. But anyway, let's look at the numbers and then move on. Because we've had another week of no packages in the mail, even though I was expecting at least one to arrive this week. It'll probably show up early next week, but oh well. So I'll have to pick something out of my current stock for my next project, and because we're talking D&D currently and monsters, this box of dungeon horrors seems like the thing I should go for. So there's a total of 6 monsters here in metal, and yeah, I'm not sure what I'm going to do with them yet. I just barely opened this up, but I'll figure it out. And yeah, I'll get started. Not much to say. So anyway, that was the video for this week. Hope you saw something you liked. Click like, subscribe, check back in a week. I'll be here as always. Until then, this is Doc Eon, signing off.